Hello everyone, welcome to my Java tutorial, and in this tutorial I'll teach you how to search for a particular value inside an array. So let's begin. Now first I'll create an array int a is equal to curly braces, and inside this I'll just specify some values to initialize the array. So let's say 10, 20, 10, 30, 50, 90. Okay. So as you can see, I've used the second method of initializing the array, which we saw in the previous tutorial. So our array is ready. Now, first I will show you how to print the values of an array. And for doing that, we'll need the for loop. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll just traverse through this entire array and take its values one by one. So I'll take each value one by one and print it on the screen. So we'll have to write the for loop accordingly. So let's begin. For int I equal to 0, I less than a dot length I plus plus. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I want to traverse this entire array starting from index 0 till the end. Now since I want to start at index 0, I've initialized the variable with 0. And how do I get the end of an array? So we have a method over here called length. So this method is present in any array. So whichever array you create, this method will always be present. So I want my loop to execute till the time we reach the last element, and then I'm incrementing the value of I. Okay. Now inside the for loop, I'll just print the values. So how do I do it? Sys out a of I. So what will happen here is the first time the value of I will be 0. So a of 0 will be printed, that is 20. Second time the value of I will be 1. So a of 1 will be printed, that is 10, and so on. So let's check by running the program. And yes, as you can see, we got the output as expected. Now, what do we have to do actually? We want to find for a particular value inside an array. So what I'm going to do is I'll just declare a variable over here, int search value. Okay, and I'll assign some value to it. Let's say 30. And what I'm going to do inside this for loop is I'll just make a check, okay, to see if the value of an array matches with the search value. And if we find a match, then we'll just display some message onto the screen. So let's begin. And for making the check, I'll have to use the if condition. So how do I write the if condition inside it? So if a of I is equal to search value. Okay, so what is happening here is I'll make a check for every value of the array. Let's say, for example, the first value will be a of 0. So a of 0 will be checked with the search value. If it's a match, then we'll display some message on the screen. Let's say sys out match found. Okay, and if there is no match, then the for loop will just continue. Okay, so this is the code. Now what do I do? Okay, so let's just run it and check if it works. And yes, match found, because the value of search value is 30, and 30 is present in our array, and that is the reason why this statement got executed. Now I just want to make this code a little better. Now in this case, what was happening was it was traversing through the entire array, and even if it reached this 30, even though a match was found, it was continuing the for loop. And I don't want that to happen, because after this statement, after finding a match, there might be hundreds or thousands of entries into the array, and I don't want to waste my time in finding a match for those values, because I've already found a match. So how do I skip those steps? So we have a keyword over here called as break. So what this break will do, it will just break the loop. So as soon as we find a match, the loop will break and it will come out. Okay, so we don't waste our time in making a check for the other values. So let's run this program, and yes, there will be no change in the output. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you for watching and see you in my next tutorial.